Imagine someone known for her gentle beauty, a presence so calming that even the anxious found peace in her company. And imagine that same person, one day, being feared as a monster by the entire world. Not because of anything she chose, not because of darkness in her heart, but because of a chain of injustice that could fall upon any human being at any moment. Before the legends twisted her image into a nightmare, before artists carved her face into stone masks of terror, Medusa was simply a kind mortal girl. A devoted priestess of Athena, a young woman whose days were spent bringing order to the temple, tending to sacred rites and offering comfort to anyone who sought guidance. She was gentle, she was bright, she was loved, but in this world, the brighter a person's light shines, the deeper the shadows that gather behind them. And it is in those hidden shadows where jealousy grows, where whispers turn sharp, and where tragedy silently begins. Medusa's beauty, though innocent, became a flame that attracted both admiration and resentment. Some praised her with awe, others watched with eyes full of growing envy. It is often the case that when a person shines too brightly, the world searches relentlessly for a way to dim them. Then came the moment that shattered everything, a moment she never sought, never welcomed, and never could have escaped. Poseidon, lord of the sea, stepped into Athena's sacred temple. The air cracked with divine tension, and in a single instant, Medusa's life unraveled in a way no mortal deserved. The sanctity of the temple was broken. The vows she made, to remain pure, devoted, and untouched, were torn apart without her consent. And yet, in the eyes of the divine, in the rigid hierarchy of Olympus, the blame fell entirely on her. Athena's anger was swift and merciless. Whether fueled by outrage, wounded pride, or the need to restore order to her desecrated sanctuary, the result was the same. In one heartbeat, Medusa's soft black hair twisted into living serpents that writhed with fear and rage not her own. Her gentle eyes, eyes that once offered comfort, became cursed windows of destruction, capable of turning any living being into stone. She could no longer touch anyone without risking their life. She could not look at the world without fearing what her gaze would do. Every breath she took became a reminder that she was trapped inside a form she never chose and never wanted. Condemned for a sin she never committed, Medusa became terrified of her own reflection. The girl who once brought peace to others now lived in constant fear of harming even the smallest creature. So she fled, not to strike fear into the world, but to protect the world from herself. She sought refuge on a lonely island, a barren place where the wind howled like a lament and the rocks stood like silent witnesses to her pain. And as she disappeared from society, the rumors began to grow. Stories twisted, facts faded, fear took the place of truth. People no longer saw her tears, the tears she shed alone in the darkness. They only saw the statues left behind, cold, unknowing echoes of her curse. A human soul forced into the shape of a monster by the world that refused to understand her. As years passed, her legend mutated beyond recognition. No one spoke of the gentle priestess anymore. They only spoke of the beast. So when Perseus finally came to slay her, Medusa didn't roar. She didn't lash out. She didn't fight like the monster they claimed she was. Instead, she simply lowered her head, exhausted, broken, carrying the weight of a lifetime of blame that was never hers to bear. Her death was silent, and yet, even in that silence, her power was taken. Trapped in a bag, and carried away as a weapon for heroes and gods to use. Even in death, they found a way to use her. Even in death, her story was not her own. But the real tragedy of Medusa is not the monster the world imagines. It is the humanity the world refused to see. Because Medusa's story mirrors real life in a painful, haunting way. People do not turn into monsters on their own. The world pushes them. Judgment shapes them. Cruelty twists them. Silence suffocates them. We have all been Medusa at some point. Blamed without being heard, misjudged without being understood, pushed into corners we never wanted, defined by stories we did not write. And her story reminds us of a truth that echoes across centuries. Sometimes the real monsters are not the ones with fangs or serpents, but the ones who create the pain, spread the fear, and choose judgment over compassion. Medusa was never the monster. She was the warning.